Hey, Hoosiers, what a treat to be able to do this. The president's going to be on the line here in a couple minutes. He's on Trump Force One right now, 35,000 feet up in the air. So he came in 4 times for me back when I ran for Senate, and it was an amazing journey to get there. I'm honored to be able to introduce him. The ground swell is it's palpable. You can feel it. I think Hoosiers are sick and tired of business as usual in the D.C. swamp. That's why I left my business and ran for Senate back in 17. I knew we needed more people who had done things in the real world. American people are not going to get the results until you get more folks like President Trump that run for Senate, want to run for governor. The groundswell, like I said, has been amazing. I travel all 92 counties every year, and I can really feel it out there, and I can feel that they're wanting something different from what we've had over the last 4 years. Biden-Harris agenda has made their lives unaffordable. My opponent, Jennifer McCormick, if you've gotten a look at her, is wanting to bring that liberal agenda to Indiana. It's so important that all of you get out to vote in huge numbers. We want a statement for my race and the president. Want not just to win with a small margin, with a large margin. You give that to me here, President Trump nationally, we can get things done. He's going to need strong governors to help him reverse the last 4 years and make America great again. I intend to be one of them. With strong governors by his side, we can end the open border influx of illegal immigration, the crime and drugs that the border brings. We can make Hoosiers' lives better, more affordable, and the kitchen table issues that I've been running on, energy prices, health care prices, and cutting taxes. But we've got to get out and vote. And now it's my honor to introduce the 47th President of the United States, which he'll become here next Tuesday, Donald J. Trump.
Well, Mike, thank you very much, and it's an honor to be with you. You've been my friend for a long time and did an incredible job, serving in the Senate, and everybody respected Mike and respected him greatly. We have 5 days, and just 5 days till we go most important election in the history of our country, and that's what it is. And we're going to turn our country around. We're going to close up the borders. We're going to have people come into the country, but come in legally. Right now, we're taking in murderers, 13,099 to be exact, according to Border Patrol. They just announced the figure. 13,000 murderers released into our country to roam and to kill, do whatever they want to do. Drug dealers, we have terrorists. The prisons from countries all over the world are emptied out. They're going to be emptied, and they are already largely being emptied into our country. Their crime rate, by the way, has gone way down because they're gang members and they're city criminals. All of their criminals are being released into our country, the United States of America. And Kamala did this. It's a disgrace what happened. It's not even believable what happened. So I just want to say that you have a great man in your future governor. I think he's going to do a fantastic job. He'll grow the economy. He'll end inflation, rescue your towns from the scourge of migrant crime, which you can see. If you look at what's going on, it's just, it's incredible what's going on. And by the way, you have some very well-known right now, you have some very well-known Ohio towns and small cities that are under siege, and Mike is going to champion Indiana values. So it's very important. I happen to think that migrant crime is maybe the most important thing of all, but it's inflation also, and it's the economy. Lists will tell you that the migrant crime is number 3, but I don't believe that. I think it's number 1, and we have to take care of it. We have to take care of it now. We can't have prisons and murderers emptied out into our country. Mike is running against a radical left person, Jennifer McCormick, a massive Biden and Kamala supporter, if that's possible. Who would believe it? Who would believe anybody could support them? Who'd obliterate your state and your communities? McCormick opposes school choice. She supports men playing in women's sports, and if she gets in, she will create a, quote, Office of Environmental Justice. She said that. She wants an Office of Environmental Justice. Do you know where she's coming from? She's totally in favor of the Green New Scam and all of the other things that you would be totally against. And she's too radical. She's too left for Indiana. She does not support Indiana values. When we get in, and hopefully when you vote for Mike, you're also going to pull the trigger for a guy named Trump. But I know you will. We're doing great in the polls, and it's just a very, very, very special place. We're going to get in, and we're going to seal the borders. We're going to stop the invasion of criminals into our country. We're going to begin the largest deportation of criminals in American history. It's not sustainable. We have no choice. Right now, Dwight Eisenhower, a pretty moderate guy, has that record. He hated to see people coming in, and it's just one of those things, but we're going to have to do it. It is not sustainable by any country, by any state. Going to rescue our suburbs, cities, and towns from the scourge of migrant gangs. We're going to end inflation and make America affordable again. We're going to make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. And if you remember, and very strongly remember, we were energy independent 4 years ago. And we're going to stop outsourcing and turn the U.S. into a manufacturing superpower. Large tax cuts for workers, tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security benefits. We are going to prevent World War III, and I'm the one that does that. We had no wars. I'm the first president in 82 years. Think of it, in 82 years that has not started a war. But I finished a war with ISIS. I knocked them out. We have a great military. We just don't have great leaders. Some of our leaders at the top, Milley, Kelly, some of these guys were terrible. And I got rid of them. I tell you what, they were terrible. But you have to see how great our generals were. Our fighting generals were amazing. We got rid of ISIS immediately. We finished that. They were working on it for 20 years. I got rid of them in a matter of weeks, and we had to. And the people of Indiana will be very happy when they see the things, when they get to really understand what we've done, and most of them know what we've done, and that's why we're leading by a lot in the polls. We're going to strengthen and modernize our military. I rebuilt our military in its entirety, and then these people had Afghanistan, and they gave a big chunk. Can you believe it? They gave brand new planes, brand new tanks, brand new everything. They just gave it away like candy from a baby. Just a terrible thing that they did. But we're going to crush violent crime and support our police. Our police are under siege, and we're not going to let that happen. They're going to bring the violent crime way down. Women's sports, that's an easy one. That will be done. Those things will be done day 1, day 2, or day 3. But for all of this to happen, we have to get out and vote, and you have to vote for Mike Braun because he's just an outstanding guy. I know him so well. I originally backed him for the Senate, and that worked out quite nicely for everybody. And then now he's going to do a job, and he's going to do a real job for India. It's a special place somehow. I don't know what it is. I've done so well there all the time. I go up, and they like me, and I like them, and somehow the people of Indiana, I guess maybe I should move to Indiana. It's a good place. But Mike is going to make it really something very special. Get rid of the problems. Get rid of the problems that you do have. And every state has problems, and Indiana has some beauties too. So I just want to thank everybody. Mike has my strongest foundation, and Mike, I'll hand it back to you, and you can say a few words because you have very special people on the line. So thank you. Thank you, Indiana. Have a good time, Mike. You take care of yourself. Good luck. I think you're going to win big.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for the 4 rallies you came in for me back in 2018. I'll never forget that, and appreciate it. We're going to get it across the finish line. And Hoosiers, you can see from listening to the president that we need him back in there. It is so clear the difference between what we've had to contend with over the last nearly 4 years and how starkly different it was when he was running the show. Like I said earlier, I ran when I could see that we're going to need a different kind of individual that sticks his or her neck out to run for president or senator or governor, and it can't be your cardboard cutout career politician. So for me, I was blessed with the American dream of building a business in the real world, having 3 of my 4 kids actually interested in working there after I got sworn in as a U.S. Senator. I'm a big believer in term limits at the federal level. Would not have done it more than 2 terms, and I felt there was just more potential to come back and lead the state. So can't wait to get the president back in the White House. Think about what we can do to turn around the economy, secure the border, and provide freedom and opportunity for all, not more government, not the thumb of heavy regulation and all of that. So you can count on me to make sure that Indiana stays solid with the values that we believe in. And this freedom and opportunity agenda, you can find it at MikeBraunForIndiana.com. And we'll make sure that we keep our own state government run well and lean it up and actually get things done even beyond what we've done over the last 12 years. So I'm honored that the president took time out of his busy schedule today. He emphasized it. I can't emphasize it enough. Make sure to get out and vote. The only reason it won't be a good outcome next Tuesday, if we are complacent as Republicans, get friends, family out to vote. We'll take Indiana to places it's never been before, and we'll get President Trump back in the White House.